Okay, I think I'm live. I'm gonna play some music from Creators Mix, royalty-free music, and hopefully it's not super loud in here in the background. And hopefully you can hear. You cannot hear anyone in my background, meaning in my house. You're probably gonna hear kids and parents running around and stuff. But in any case, welcome to my live stream. Today I'm gonna be flying solo, well at least for the most part today. I'm not sure if my live streaming partner will hop in or not. Most likely not due to the time difference. Um, Welcome. Today I'm going to talk about um, a novel. Hey, we already got somebody in here. What's up, Corrales? So I'm going to be talking about a dark romance, romantacy that I'm actually in the works of right now. I decided to come in live today to talk about it because I don't think I've actually talked details about it. And I'm going to give you guys some sneak peeks on some artwork that I'm working on for that. So far in the story, thanks. Glad to see you here. I like the fact that we can see each other even though we can't see each other that often. But yeah, so in the novel that I'm writing, I'm in the process of the first draft right now. So I've done some brainstorming and I'm actually currently starting to write the first chapter. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all, like, for those who watch the replay, that I'm like this skilled writer or anything like that. Nope, none of that. I am not. First of all, I'm terrible at grammar, but that's where editing comes in. One thing that I've learned that is if you're right and you write stories, you're an author, even if you haven't published. That is something that I've learned from other writers, other authors specifically. So I wanted to pursue it, even if it's passive. It's something that is interesting to me, and I'm technically also on the works on a webcam, but I'm not that I put a hold on it. It's just I'm kind of stuck. So I was like, okay, I got to work on something else until I get what I want to do with the other story. That makes sense. So, in any case, I do have a title for it, but I don't know if that's going to be my final title to it. So I'm going to tell you guys right now what it is. It's going to be called uh, Roses and Seashells, I believe is what I called it. And I say it like that. It could be the other way around because I'm not finalizing, but I'm still like debating if that's what I want to do. I'm gonna double check. Hopefully you guys can't see anything beyond my face, cause never got time for all that, like showing other stuff that is. Yes. So I called it Roses and Seashells. So that's what I originally called it. And it's basically going to be about a woman in her 30s that she becomes, and without singing a lot, but like she's a not a graphic designer, but she's an artist that does like book covers and like stuff and part of the company that she's a part of. And she's like been a long time fan of like this specific author, romance uh, author, spicy romance author, and she has no idea how he looks like. She's never met him. He doesn't show up. He doesn't like show his face often and all that. Um, Basically, this author is going to be the one that's going to be her love interest, and there's like so much to it that I don't want to like spoil for you guys. But it's a given. It's good. It's a given that this is gonna be the romance guy. This is gonna be the her romance potential guy. And the thing is, where it makes it like a romantasy is that they're both mythical creatures. He is actually a vampire, and she is actually a siren, but she doesn't know that she's a siren. At least not yet. She will find out. And the connection that they have, she thought it was pure coincidence when in fact it wasn't. So hopefully that gives you enough information to make you interested. I don't know if it will or not. Again, not saying that I'm a best author, and this idea is probably not even original. This is like I could have gotten this idea from somewhere else, but hey, a lot of writers do that. A lot of people do tropes that are we see a lot. So I wouldn't be the first probably to do like a story like this. I did want to make the main character. So main character's name is Rosalina, and vampire character is called Sinclair. So I wanted to make Rosalina like not appearance wise. I wanted to make her a little bit more on the plus size, or like mid size rather. Just because one, I'm plus size, and I like to see more, more diverse in books and stuff like that. I know that there's a lot of more books that are written around plus size women now, which is great, and I love to see that. But I don't think I've seen enough characters who represent Latin culture, like Latinas. So Rosalina, as you can tell by her name, probably she is going to be half Latina, and well, half human actually, but so the human part is the Latina side, and then Siren. So yeah, so there's that, and then yeah, so I'm going to show you guys a little bit of some of the little sneak peek of things that I've been doing. So if you watch my other lives, you're going to see that I've actually made some artwork already on the live streams. So one of the ones that I've been working on is one of the trends, which is, I think I've talked about this so many times already at this point. Every time I start a live, I talk about this. Yes, I love that. We definitely need more Latinas in some of the novels. But yes, it's like besides the Spanish novelas. Yes, exactly, because I know that they are Latin, like Latina, Latino, um, like novels specifically like around the culture, but I'm not like focusing on the culture so much. It's just the character is like Latina. So there's that. And then also this, if you ever like see any of my stories, you would know that I always put at least one Latin character in there somewhere, like Latino, Latina, Latinx, whatever whatever the character is, whether they're a female or male or non-binary or whatever, whatever they represent as. And yeah, also like LGBT is like big in my stories, so yeah, there's that too. But anyways, um, so one of the trends that I was working on, this is the sketch for it. I actually have it on Clip Studio. It's pretty much inked out on Clip Studio, and this trend is again, I'm going to talk about it. The one trend that goes, and she like figured out my favorite color, and it was yellow. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look it up on TikTok or like Instagram or even on YouTube. You might find it. There's a lot of trendy stuff on that. And then I did another one which I haven't posted yet. Oh, I gotta be careful with this other drawing because it's not for eyes. This trend. This is the. There's two of them because I did two different characters. So this one is the "Don't look at me with those eyes," and then the guy goes, "What eyes?" So there is this one other page that I'm not going to show here because it's not, well, a lot of this stuff is not family friendly, but like, because it is a spicy novel. But this one specifically, I will post it on Instagram once it's done, but I'm not going to show it here just to keep it safe. And then there's another one I'm working on, which is this one right over here. That's Sinclair. He's holding like this cup, like was it like a cup of wine. In Spanish, it would you call it una copa con vino or vino. Vino? Is it vino or vino? I don't know. And it's like that's the sketch right there of it. I just did this yesterday. And then we have couple of ones that are kind of suggestive. Vino. Yeah, I don't know. I just say vino because, you know, sometimes we butcher the words and stuff. So this one's a little bit more romantic. You see them? You see his little smile right there. He's supposed to be a little bit more serious, but when it comes to her, he's always smiley. At least once they kind of establish what they have going on, because it kind of goes into not enemies, but it's more like he was like, and then she was like, oh, I can't believe the guy that I've admired for so long has like this weird like feeling about me. I don't know, like, yeah. So, and this one is it's a little sexy, but I'm gonna show it. It's not quite done. Um, but he's just hugging her from her waist, and there is a little bit like bra situation there, but it is a spicy novel. So, and then there's this one, which I will show you what I did with this one. So this one, that's her with her tail, and he's underwater with her. I actually am in the works of doing that one on Clip Studio, which I basically took a photo of it. I should have scanned it, but it is what it is. And then I started working on it, and I'll show you what I have so far. It's not quite done yet, so look forward to it. And this is what I have so far. We could see it. That's what I got so far. Once it's done, I will have the speed painting up on YouTube, and I will put it on Instagram as well. So, but yes, I wanted to talk about it, but there's ways I want to talk about it without like giving so much away. And I really don't know how to approach it in that sense, because one of the things that, you know, as authors and artists we're scared of is like people stealing our stories and our ideas. But one author friend that I have, he's an author, he's a publisher, he's done these type of live streaming. And I asked him, I was like, hey, you know, when it comes to spring writing, do you show your manuscript and stuff like that? And he's like, you can. And I was like, my issue is you know, if someone steals my idea. And then he was like, listen, people are good because can try to write the same thing as you, but nobody's going to write it like you. And he's right. So, you know, he's like, it's up to you if you want to show it or not. But I think it'd be cool, like, while I'm typing, you guys can kind of see what's going on. Which, by the way, I want to show y'all. Look how cute this is. I don't have this on my description, but I'll add it to my description just in case. But yeah, so we have some of that. I have some of the art that I'm working on. There is some more spicier stuff that I've worked on, but I can't really show it here. That is more like if I grow enough or I get like a community that actually want to see that, I can potentially like make a Patreon or something on that. Or unless, you know, I get enough followers here that we can do like some sort of community thing. It's obviously going to be a paid thing. I wouldn't probably charge a whole lot for it, but still, like, I have to get something for this to work. So let me see if I actually have more art pieces. I do have more art pieces on this. It's just trying to see if it's appropriate. So let's see. I got this. I thought I had more drawings in here on that. Oh, yes, I do. So I have this one, and this one is also a little, not spicy, but she's in a bathtub, and it's the main girl, Rosalina. And hold on a second, I put this a little bit more brighter. She's in the bathtub. She's kind of crying in that one. That's another art piece I have for that story. And feel like there's more. There's another one, but that's yeah. Okay, I'm going to show one. So I made 3 versions of this one specifically, but I'm going to only show the most cleanest version. Which I actually have this one in Instagram. And it's this piece right here. See the little hearts and stuff. But this is like the most, I wouldn't say family friendly because it's definitely not family friendly, but it's the most safest to show out of all 3. So if you're into the quinky stuff, you might like this one. The other versions. But anyways, I think that was it. And then there's another one that I definitely cannot show here because this is definitely not for eyes, unless you know you're above the age. And there's this one too, but I cannot show this one too. Oh no, maybe I can show this one. One second. So there's this sketch. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. What a good girl that she is. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Anyways, so there is gonna be some mild. I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube, but there's gonna be some mild BDSM in the story. Which is why I'm saying this story is definitely for adults. This is not something kids should read or even look at. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of writing, and there's like stuff stuck in my fingers. I'm gonna do a little bit of writing. I'm gonna probably do 10 minutes of writing, and I'm gonna see if I can actually show my writing a little bit. Hold on one second. I think I have to add another. By the way, how's the music? Can you hear the music in the background? Okay, it doesn't seem like I'm gonna be able to show you guys what I'm writing. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do this a little bit different. Normally I would show it in my. You don't hear music. Oh, really? Well, that sucks. Really, you can't hear the music. What about now? Whoops, what did I just do? Oh well, that's fine. If you can't hear it, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna just do this the old school way. I'm gonna type on my tablet. Whoops. I'm trying to put it in a way you guys can see a little bit. All right. I'm gonna do a 10-minute session, and I think I'll be done for today because family. Okay, so we're gonna go to the story. Hold on 1 second. Drive. Oh, where's the story? Here we go. Then we're gonna go to edit. So I can give you guys a little bit of background story for the MC Ellies. So she's gonna be in her 30s, and she, like I said, she's a siren, but she doesn't know that she's a siren, and she's always felt like something was off with her, which she didn't understand what it was. By the way, I feel like I'm talking very weird. I'm not talking like myself. I'm like Aaron, like I don't explain it. Anyways, so she always felt like she didn't really quite, like she felt weird, especially around like people, like certain people. So she's also, okay, so she's always been drawn by a body of water, which explains because she's a siren. She's a mermaid siren, rather, because there's two types of sirens, if you're not aware. There's, I think, folk sirens, and then there's the other one I can't remember. So there's the mermaid ones that would, swim under the water, and then the sirens that are like bird-like. So they look human, but they're like birds. They have like wings like birds and stuff like that. Originally, I was going to make her a bird siren, but I always wanted to make her more as a mermaid. So at the end, I decided mermaid. So she didn't have so basically she was always drawn by this area that she went to, and this is one of the times that she realized that she didn't realize, but she met Sinclair, because in the book, in the story, I want to make it seem like they've met more than one time, but she has never realized, and I think I want to make him realize it by the second time that they have met before. It's just, it was in very tricky situations that they have met the first two times, and the third time they met, it was at somewhere that was very important on both ends. So that's how they meet. Her description is going to be like, she has like brown and pink hair, and her skin color is kind of like, Latino, like how Latins would have it. Like, it's not exactly too light, but it's not, well, Latinos come in many different shades, but like the way I want to make her is like, she's not super light skinned, but she's also like not super dark skinned. She's kind of in the middle ish, but not quite, because it's not caramel. It's a little bit lighter than caramel. I wrote quite a few things how her mom was like not there. Her dad was a deadbeat dad, and she was adopted by her uncle, which is actually her boss too. So there's that. And he becomes her boss because I don't have the reason for it yet, but basically he was growing a company. He was like, hey, why don't you be part of the company? Maybe we can do great things in this company. And it's a small company, but, and her uncle, the thing about him is that at work he's very much boss like. He is very strict with her. He's like, he doesn't like baby her or anything like that. Not that she wants to be babied by him, but it's like, but at home he's like this loving, very caring, very empathetic guy that truly cares about his niece that he adopted. And the way that he's her uncle is through her dad. So he's like human. He's a human relative rather than siren. But yeah. And then the things I wrote about Sinclair. um, First of all, he's gonna have like, I don't know if I want to decide if he has a British accent or like a UK accent, but I want him to have some sort of accent. And
like me.
already, my son. He has a passion for. He's very much like an artist all around himself. Like he's like into photography. He's an author, and one of the biggest reasons why he became an author was because of like I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but it's like it was someone that told him about something and he became an author because of it. I don't know if that makes sense. You're probably like, you're not telling me anything with that, but it's like I don't want to give it all away. So anyways, I'm gonna put a 10-minute timer and I'm gonna just type a little bit and then we're gonna go. If you want to join me, like type in your own thing, like go ahead. But for now, we're gonna do that. And where's my clock? Where's my timers? Trying to find it. Clock. And I want to do this more often. I want to do some like sprint writing stuff. But today is going to be short because I did talk a lot. And I'm going to start my 10-minute. I'm going to go all the way down to the chapter that I was writing. And here we go. Yep, it's working against me today, apparently. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. Oh, there goes my earring.
Eso fue lo que me hicieron a mí, que me llamaron.
Pero tómame en palma.
¿Qué pasa?
Estoy haciendo ojo.
Déjame hacer una pausa. Comienzo de la comida ya.
Ujú.
Do we get a different price?
seems like my timer went off, and I kind of want to continue writing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 5 more minutes to my timer, and then I'll be off because dinner is starting soon. So bear with me. I'm going to do this timer for 5 more minutes. And we're at it again. Normally I would take a break in between, but I don't have the time today. But yeah. What about the music? Can you hear it now? Let me know if you can. I'm going to mute myself again. All right, so it seems that my time is up, but I got a little bit done. Didn't write quite a lot, so I started the second chapter, which I'm hoping it turns out well somehow. But I'm gonna leave it right there because I do have to start dinner soon and gotta get my family stuff together. So, in any case, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was at least enjoyable to some extent. Extent, words. And yeah, if you want to learn more or see more or anything about the novel, please let me know and do like and comment the video. That way the algorithm can push it out. And I'm hoping to be a little bit more like alive in these lives. Thanks. I appreciate you so much. I'm just a little dead because of work. But in any case, I hope I will see you guys in the next live stream. Always mom.